There exists a secret language of time, not minutes and hours, but the deeper rhythms known only to those who've lived long enough to hear them. After years of listening to those who've outlived their doctors, their spouses, even their own memories, I discovered 12 forgotten truths about time, lessons more precise than any clock, more revealing than any calendar. This isn't about managing time. This is about understanding what time actually is when you've watched 70 winters turn to spring. 1. The three hands principle, how they measured a day. Every wise elder knows, a day is 3 distinct times, just like an old clock. The hour hand, slow time. 4 tasks that shape your life's arc, teaching grandchildren, tending gardens, moves almost imperceptibly, requires no clock watching the minute hand. Human time. 4 work, meals, conversations should align with nature's rhythms, meet morning light, rest when shadows lengthen. The second hand, false time. The tyranny of urgency, modern distractions that free nerves to be ignored whenever possible. The test: if an activity makes you watch the clock, it's likely out of sync with your true time. 2. The Pendulum Law, the secret of enduring hardship. Observe any antique clock long enough and you'll notice the pendulum swings just as far left as it does right, no more, no less. Applied to life. Joy will always balance sorrow. Ease follows struggle as reliably as dawn follows night. Attempts to stop the swing in one direction break the entire mechanism. Their practice. During hard times, they'd whisper, "This too shall pass, and so will the good after it." Such is the way of things. 3. The Mainspring Paradox, why rest isn't wasted time. Young people win clocks tightly. The old know, a spring wound too far will break. A life lived without slack leaves no room for music. They preserved energy in unexpected ways, sitting silently after meals to aid digestion, spending whole afternoons watching birds, taking horizontal vacations, napping without guilt. Modern science confirms, ultradian rhythms show our brains can only focus for 90 to 120 minutes before needing 20 minutes of rest, precisely the pattern of antique clocks striking the hour. 4. The Escapement Truth, how they handled overwhelm. The escapement mechanism teaches. Time cannot flood through all at once, it must be released in measured ticks. Their methods, dealing only with what the present hour required, letting tomorrow's worries remain wound up until their turn, trusting the mechanism would keep releasing what was needed. The lesson: overwhelm comes from trying to live all your time at once. 5. The grandfather clock rule, what really makes a legacy. Notice how the oldest clocks need no electricity, their weights descend steadily, powering the mechanism. They mark hours without digital displays. Applied to life, true legacy isn't about being remembered, it's about keeping good time for those who come after, establishing dependable rhythms, being wound by simple virtues, striking true when called upon. 6. The mantle clock secret, the value of small moments. Unlike grandiose tower clocks, the wise favored mantle clocks because they measure intimate time, how long tea steeps, when bread should rise. Their chime is meant to be heard by loved ones, not crowds. They fit where life actually happens. Their practice, cherishing the small, perfectly timed moments, knowing exactly when to interrupt a sulk with a joke, the right second to offer advice, or stay silent, how long to let a child struggle before helping. 7. The Sundial Contradiction, when to ignore time. Even in an age of precision clocks, they kept sundials because some things shouldn't be measured in hours, but in light. Used for grieving, no deadlines for sorrow, creating, art follows no schedule, loving, heartbeats make poor metronomes, the mark of wisdom, knowing when to step out of mechanical time entirely. 8. The cuckoo clock lesson, the importance of surprise. They admired how the bird emerges unpredictably, the music plays when least expected, routine contains delightful interruptions. Their application, building cuckoo moments into life, unplanned visits to old friends, leaving love notes in unexpected places, occasionally eating dessert. First. 9. The hourglass insight, how they handled transitions. An hourglass teaches, all time is borrowed sand, what matters is what you build while it flows. Used during retirement, each grain a chance to rediscover oneself. Illness, focusing only on the present flow. Major changes, watching the old run out to make room for new. 10. The broken clock comfort, what to do when time hurts. Every elder had experience with clocks that stopped during grief, watches that froze during trauma, calendars that lost meaning in depression, their wisdom. Sometimes time must be allowed to stop until healing comes, be reset completely when restarted, have its face changed to mark a new era. 11. The Tower Clock Perspective, how to view your life. Imagine your life as the face others see, your public legacy, the gears no one sees, private struggles and triumphs, the bell that rings beyond your years, influence you'll never witness, the realization, we're all keeping time for someone else's future. 12. The Watchmaker's Final Secret, who really owns time? The oldest truth whispered in watchmaking guilds: you don't possess time, you're merely its temporary caretaker. Their legacy, treating each moment as a borrowed treasure to polish a mechanism to maintain a gift to eventually pass on. Your invitation this week: practice one temporal wisdom. Spend an hour in slow time without clocks. Notice when your pendulum naturally wants to swing. Create a single cuckoo moment for someone, because the secret isn't having time. It's understanding what time actually is.